You know, coconut oil is one of the only substances I'm aware of that can exist as both a liquid and a solid simultaneously. Hello, healers and health seekers. It's me, Ichoda. I've been healing with the medical medium information for 35 months now. If you want to know all the diagnoses and everything that I'm healing from, the information is in the description box below. Pretty soon I'll do an update video reintroducing myself because I have gotten subscribers since the first few times I've introduced myself. So today I am doing a question and answer video because today a friend of mine asked me if I was going to get the Celery Juice book. Anthony William, the medical medium, in case you didn't know, has put out a new celery juice book. And some of us have been drinking celery juice, you know, like me, for almost 3 years. And my friend was saying, you know, I already drink celery juice. I feel like I know what's going to be in the book. So I don't know if I want to get the book. Are you getting the book? And I said, my answer to this question is absolutely, I'm getting the book. Absolutely. And here's why. So if you have been drinking celery juice already, you know that the benefits are many. After all, the title of the book is Celery Juice, the most powerful medicine of our time, healing millions worldwide. That's a pretty lofty title, and it's a pretty hefty claim. But the thing is it's true. It's absolutely true. And despite what my skin looks like today, which is because of a flare from exposures I was having yesterday, and my skin, here's the thing, honestly, in between videos, a lot of times my skin gets to a pretty clear place and I get all excited and I'm like, I should make a video while my skin is clear so people can see that it does get to a clear place. But what happens is it can be very difficult to make a video in this RV with all the distractions and all of the noise and all of the things that go on in here. So, you know, we have a pretty big RV for an RV. It's pretty decent size, but the air conditioner is really loud and it's been really hot lately. So it's just been really hard for me to find a place to make a video, a place and a time where I'm the only one in the space. I'm still obviously not the only one in the space. You saw the cattail just walk through the frame. It's just tricky. So I do what I can. Anyway, here we go. So the celery juice book and why I'm buying it, even though I have all of the other 4 medical medium books. Listen, I will buy a medical medium book whenever it comes out because I personally am in medical medium university. And what that means to me is I take in this information as much as I can get it. I listen to all of the radio shows. I listen to all of the lives on Instagram and Facebook, and anytime he does an interview with somebody. And I have all 4 books in all 3 formats. I have them on my Kindle, I have them in hardback form, and I have them in audiobook form. I like to listen to them while I'm preparing food, and I like to, and you know, going about my day sometimes. I'm in the kitchen a lot, so it's nice to have accompaniment, and it's also inspiration for like reminding me, why am I doing this? If I get in a lull, if I get in a time where I'm feeling kind of like, oh, come on, I don't want to have to do this today. If I pop on a radio show or an audiobook while I'm doing it, it just picks me right up. And when he does those Instagram lives in the morning while I'm making my celery juice and I'm doing my lemon water and everything else, it's just that much more inspiring because it's like connecting live with Anthony William, and that's always amazing. And not just Anthony, but my tribe, the medical medium tribe, all of the wonderful other people who are healing with this information, and it's important to me. So that's me. I'm in medical medium university. And why do I keep buying the books? Why do I keep, you know, it's like, oh, but you already know the information. You need to heal, Ichoda. Why would you keep buying the books? Doesn't it just say the same thing over and over? No, never. It never says the same thing over and over. Yes, there is some of the same information, but there's always, always, always something new and deeper in each book and in each radio show and everything. And when I go back and I have reread the first book, like, I don't know, 6 times or something, whenever I reread the information and when I, go back and relearn the information, there's always something new. I always find something new in it and valuable. And this book has been no exception. Honestly, I know why I'm drinking celery juice. I know a lot of the benefits that it gives me, and I still am finding new and deeper information that I did not know before in this book that is helping me on my healing journey, that is giving me valuable tools, that is just, again, deepening my understanding. And on this journey, I find that the better I understand the information, the easier it is for me to adhere to it and continue with it and be consistent with it. I personally have always been somebody, when I don't understand why I'm doing something, I have a hard time doing it. It's like, well, okay, everybody knows you're supposed to eat vegetables and fruit to be healthy, but cake tastes better, right? That was a long time ago. I mean, it used to. Do you know what I mean, though? It's like, it doesn't anymore. It doesn't, because when I understand why I'm using this healing information, it makes it so much easier for me to just continue using it and joyfully use it. Because sometimes you get tired of drinking celery juice, and sometimes you get batches of celery that are like, oh my gosh, this does not taste good. I mean, it is a big deal. Like, you juice it every morning, and I juice 32 ounces every morning, and it can be a lot. It can be like, oh, I gotta do this, and the juicer. I juice 32 ounces for me, and I also juice for my son. And, I'm preparing all the celery every morning for my whole family, my husband as well. And it can sometimes feel tedious to do all that every single day. But I still never miss a day. And I never miss a day because, I have missed days in the past, only a couple of times. One time I missed 3 whole days. Oh my gosh, did I feel it. Like, I felt the difference. And I was like, never again. I will never miss celery juice again, because it felt so different, and I really missed it when I missed it. And then I think there was one time where we missed a day because we ran out of celery. We couldn't get it that day, so we just had to skip it. And I just don't feel like myself without it, and I don't feel complete without it. So that in and of itself is enough to keep me going with it. But also knowing exactly what it's doing for my body and exactly the ways it's healing my body, and how the sodium cluster salts work in the body, and how it heals and repairs the hydrochloric acid, and heals and repairs the liver and the bile in the liver, and all of these things that it does, and reduces inflammation, and how it's going to work so hard in my body. It does really make a difference. So I want that. I really want that. And I don't want to be without it. And having that information, it's almost like it activates it in a way, not to get too woo-woo, but it's like it wakes up that spiritual knowledge inside the soul. It's like it wakes up this remembering inside the soul, like, right. This information has been stolen from us. This information has been kept from us. And now we get it back. And it feels true and right. And honestly, having the information, having more information and more information and more information, it solidifies and builds trust for the information and for myself. And I don't know how to explain that, but over time, on this healing journey, it's like I have learned to trust myself and my own inner knowing and my gut and my intuition, and eating fruits and vegetables exclusively has really gotten me more in touch with that and has taken it to a higher level. So I really know myself better, and I know what's right for my body, and I know what's right for me. And I am telling you, celery juice, this book, and drinking celery juice has really been a part of that. It's been a huge part of that. Of course, there's the other factor of Anthony William Medical Medium has been putting out healing information that serves the world. It doesn't serve him. Yeah, I mean, sure, being a best-selling author, that puts a little bit of money in your pocket, but the amount of money that goes out of his pocket to help other people And to pay for doing that, I don't think it's really proportionate. He could have products, that he could sell his own supplement line, and he could market merchandise, and so much merchandise, because so many of us have wanted to even design merchandise that could be marketed under him. He won't do it. He won't just do anything to make a quick buck. The reason he writes books is to get the information out there to us so that we can heal. His entire life, without a break, is dedicated to getting the information out to us in any way he can to help us heal. It has been his whole entire life since he was age 4. Who else can ever make that claim? Who else can say that they don't, every other health guru or doctor or specialist or anything, or anybody who is out there pitching a product or marketing something or trying to tell you what with your health, hey, guess what? They get to take a break. When they don't feel like doing things or they need a vacation, they get to take a vacation. Anthony William does not get vacations. He doesn't get a break from spirit in his ear talking about people's health all the time. He doesn't get a vacation. This is his whole life, 24/7. Wakes him up from sleep. He's dedicated to us healing his whole entire life. So, do I want to buy a book from him whenever he has a new one? Oh my gosh, yes. Because A, I know I'm going to get more healing information, and B, it supports his work a little bit. You know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you something, authors do not make much money. The publisher makes more money than they do, and the publisher doesn't even make much money off of books anymore because it's just not a lucrative. That's why authors who write books usually sell merchandise. They usually have a product. They sell merch, they sell supplements, they sell whatever. I don't know, like food. I know there's whole ones that sell whole food lines. They're like, buy this food line. These are our products, whatever. There's always something else because that's where the income comes from, not the books. The books are just usually to get you to buy the other products. So, of course I want to support him. This man has saved my life. Literally, I'm not even kidding. And I don't mean literally the way a lot of people say literally, that means figuratively. I mean actually, the information in the medical medium books quite literally saved my life. I don't think that I would be alive on this planet right now, and if I was alive, it would be the most meager, miserable existence ever. I would be in a body that couldn't move or do anything. I couldn't leave my house. That's where I was. I've seen the road ahead if I were to have continued on the path that I was on, and it would have included tube feeding and my whole life in hospitals. And no thank you. No thank you. That's not where I wanted to go. Tube feeding my whole life in hospitals, my whole life in a wheelchair, never able to leave my house except to go to hospitals, in and out of hospitals, in and out of anaphylaxis, just in constant pain, and just it being miserable. And I don't know that I would still be alive, honestly. I really don't. I have been reading the Celery Juice book, and it is incredible. Already at the very beginning of it, when I started reading it, because it's interesting to me because I read his books in a way that I don't read any other book that I ever read. I read all of the quotes in the front of the book, like every single quote, to see what people have said. And then I read, the quotes in the front. I read the book front to back all the way through, and then I read all the acknowledgments at the back. Honestly, I usually skip the afterward stuff in books when I read them. Not his. I always read everything. It's because I just want to devour every word, and I don't know, it's like I want to honor him and his work, and I want to devour every word, and I want to just soak it all in. I always want more whenever I'm finished with any book. I always want more, and I'm always so delighted when a new book comes out. So absolutely. And for people who aren't maybe as enthusiastic about the information as me and don't soak it in the way I do, I still would say yes, buy the Celery Juice book. because there is new information in it. There always is. There is so much new information that, you know, in the Life-Changing Foods book, he goes into celery juice for like 3 pages. And this is an entire book, you know? It's a thinner book than some of the other books because it's about one subject, but also, like his other books, it's not just about one subject. It's about wholly healing our bodies and how we can really use that information to heal our bodies. So, to sum it up, my answer is absolutely yes. Absolutely, I'm getting the celery juice book. I have it. I have a couple of copies. I'll get more copies in the future, I'm sure. If it comes out on audiobook, I will get it on audiobook. If it comes out for the Kindle, I will get it for the Kindle. A lot of times later on, after a book's been published, Amazon will have it on the Kindle for like $1.99. I've gotten the liver rescue book like that and the thyroid healing book like that on Kindle, and I'm delighted. You know, you just wait a while, it comes out. And then hayhouse.com will have, because they are the publisher of these books, they will have sales every now and again where they have $5 audiobooks. And so I just wait, and eventually there'll be a $5 audiobook, and I will buy it from Hay House. And again, I have gotten both liver rescue and thyroid healing like that, and it's great. So you just kind of wait. And in the meanwhile, you have your hard copy to refer back to again and again, which I always do. I often don't even use my Kindle copies. It's really just for, like, if I'm going out somewhere and then I get to take all my books with me on one device. I like that, but I like referring to my paper copy. Anyway, yeah, I really cannot recommend it enough. It's an amazing book. There is amazing information in it that you haven't seen before. There always is. Every book he does, see, people think like, oh, it's just the same stuff. I've heard people say that before, like, oh, it's just the same stuff. Like, why, you know, I have the one. Why do I need any of the others? And it's like, well, I don't know about need, but I would say want, because for me, I love learning new information, and I want to soak up all of this information as much as possible. And oh, there is always so much more, and you go so much deeper with your understanding of the information when you read each of these books. Like Liver Rescue, I'm still rereading Liver Rescue again. I've read it once fully, and I've almost finished reading it through again. Being in the RV has sort of disrupted that process, and now I'm reading Celery Juice. But it's so much information in Liver Rescue that it's like you're not going to get it all in your brain or all in your, it's like you've got to read it more than once. You have to. It's just such a dense book in a great way. I love it. Yeah, to me, that's important. So I've gone on about this enough. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, please give a thumbs up below. You can subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button over there, and you can ding the bell next to it if you want to be notified when I post new videos. Stay curious, my healers and health seekers. Blessings on your healing journey. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.